Hello my amazing sexy mofos, this is your boy Venemie here. I really do hope you're all okay and having an amazing day so far. In today's video I've got a Forza Horizon 5 video for every single one of you. We are doing a drag and tune video today, and also it's not just a drag video, it's a drag and wheelie. This one was quite fun to record, but straight off the bat, if you are new around here and like what you see, then please do subscribe to join this amazing sexy family. But now let's jump straight into this. Okay, to start off, you're going to want to buy the correct car. The car that we are using for today's video is the 1955 Chevy Bel Air. Now there are two versions of this car in the game. You've got the normal one, and then you've got the Hoonigan version that I'm in right now. This one's a little bit more juiced up, it's got a bit more horsepower, and obviously with a little bit of upgrades and distributing the weight and power, we can make this thing a wheelie machine. Now when it comes to upgrades, as usual, just copy everything I'm doing, pause the video if you want to, but we're going to have to start off with an engine swap. You can either go for the V8, the 8.9 litre V8, or you could go with the V8 twin turbo. Both will get the car wheeling regardless, and both are great for a drag build. Once you've decided on your engine, I just go with what I'm going with. Drivetrain, you can't have it all-wheel drive, you want it rear-wheel drive. When it comes to the drivetrain here, you want everything on race. You could have more gears if you wanted to for your transmission, but I've just got mine as race transmission. The differential we've got set on rally. When it comes to platform and handling, you want to put everything on race. When it comes to the springs, you want to put that as off-road springs just to make the car a little bit higher. Make sure you do get the weight reduction kit. When it comes to the roll cage, I was looking at the weight, and I decided to not actually go for the roll cage this time. You don't actually have to, it's not going to make a difference if the car's going to do a wheelie or not, it will do one regardless. But if you can make your car a little bit lighter, then definitely do that. When it comes to the tyres and rims, as always with a drag car you have to have drag tyres. We are going to be making the tyre width at the rear as big as possible, as chunky as possible. You don't need to actually move the actual wheel width, the length where it arches out over the arches. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. I would recommend bigger rims at the back, smaller rims at the front, just to obviously shift the weight to the back, and it having as much horsepower as it does, I think it's got over 1,000, it will definitely go up. I guarantee you that about that. So yeah, 1500 brake horsepower right there, just before saving it, 1500. Now, I've had this in a normal engine with this setup, which pushed about 1000, and it did a wheelie. This is 1500 now, so it most definitely should do a wheelie. When it comes to the tunes, you just want to copy what I've got. I will say I will be changing the gearing quite a lot. If I want more acceleration and more top end, I will change the final drive. Just obviously either 2.2 or I'll move it back to 3. It's depending on preference, if I'm racing a friend or if I'm actually trying to be competitive. When it comes to handling as well, you will notice sometimes the car will kick back at you. So you might want to adjust your anti-roll bars. Copy the alignment exactly how I've got it. You want your car straight, you don't want it fidgeting anywhere. When it comes to the anti-roll bars, stiff at the rear. At the front, you're meant to have it soft, but make it about halfway to 3/4. Don't make it fully stiff, don't make it fully soft. For the springs, front soft, rear, you want it stiff. Ride height, raise the front, lower the rear. It won't matter at all. I've actually had it both as high as possible, and this car will still wheelie. Dampering, sometimes, depending if when you first do the initial wheelie, sometimes the car will pull to the left or the right where your rear is just sparking on the ground. It's where your car's just catching on the concrete and your car's struggling to get control really and traction. So sometimes I will tweak the dampering, sometimes. braking, you don't need to change whatsoever, but I've got my brake pressure a little bit higher, and differential, we're going to lock that up. Once you've done all of that, save that, and then we can actually start testing it out. Now I will say, speed wise, the Bel Air isn't the fastest, but it's definitely one of the most fun cars. You can do bunny hops, like you've practically got hydraulics. It wheelies on cue, you don't have to rev your engine or heat up your tyres or anything like that, or you don't have to leave them to cool down or anything. Straight away, if you're in first gear, second gear, it will do a wheelie all the way up to third gear, I believe, when I was testing it out. Anything higher, if you just want to drive normal and cruise in it, just slap it up to fourth gear and manual. Everything wise on the difficulty setting when it comes to stability control and traction control, it won't matter if that is on or off. But if you do want to have the most fun with the wheelie, I would recommend manual. Not manual with clutch, just normal manual. That's mainly due to the fact that you can control the gears. You can then keep it in first or second gear if you want to do a bit of a longer wheelie, because automatic, it just shifts straight to second for you, like third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And if you're trying to stay at a certain speed and stay in a certain gear on automatic, it's physically impossible. So you can play around with the gearbox a tiny little bit, but just copy the video, my tuning setup and my upgrades, and then everything else just comes down to tweaking. You are going to have to adjust yourself to getting used to the car. It's not a car that you can just get into and straight away be good at doing wheelies. You are going to have to practice a tiny little bit. It won't take that long. I was just going up and down the drag strip just practicing, and I'd say within 10-15 minutes I could get about halfway down before the car decided to kind of freak out on me. Sometimes it'll be on its rear and it'll be going about 120, 130, it'll hit a bump or something, and you need to anticipate when the car hits that bump to slow down. So it does take a little bit of training, but definitely give it a try, guys. It is loads of fun. I love doing these drift videos, drag videos, and now wheelie videos for every single one of you. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. I really do hope you're all okay and having an amazing day so far. But I love every single one of you, and I'll see you all in the next video.